Right, joining me now is the chairman of the Senate Committee on Media, Yemi Adaramodu. Thank you very much for joining us,
Yes,
distinguished senator. Good to see you.
Good evening, my dear sister.
Yes, it's been a while.
Yeah.
Now, on this issue, the sudden removal of the CCT chairman, are you surprised I say sudden? Because, I mean, Nigerians did not really expect this. Based on responses that we've seen and, some of the questions that are being raised. I mean, many thought he should have been removed before now, considering the fact that President Tinubu in July named a replacement for him. Why has it taken this long for the Senate?
Oh, yes. Thank you very much, my very dear sister, and good evening to my fellow Nigerians. Yes, the Senate today wanted to show that constitutionally, whoever is screened and confirmed by the Senate can be removed from office if that person is not serving the bill and the bidding of Nigerians anymore. And yes, like you said, that it was not expected that it was sudden. I wanted to say it's not sudden. Even despite the fact that Mr. President has already given a replacement to him.
As far back as July.
Yes, we thought that we should still give that air of, do we call it doubt or an opportunity, if there could be a change of heart, conduct and character. But instead, it was seriously noticed that the former chairman of Code of Conduct Tribunal has already turned the Code of Conduct Tribunal to Code of Misconduct Tribunal. And so there's no way. The Senate can just look the other way. And in order to instill that discipline into any other person that is cleared, screened, confirmed by the Senate or the National Assembly, and appointed by Mr. President, that the invocation of Section 157, subsection 1, can hang on them too if they misbehave, if they do not.
But this misconduct, this misconduct you talk about, was it thoroughly investigated? And misconduct to what extent? Because the constitution that you say that the Senate relied on, to remove the CCT chairman, actually says that 2/3 majority of each House of Assembly must support the move. And again,
the Senate. The Senate. It is the Senate that
National Assembly.
It's the Senate that screened and confirmed him.
So
it is the same hand that screened and confirmed that can now maybe decide to do otherwise if that person is not serving the purpose. And moreover,
let me land on what the point I'm trying to make about the constitution. It says, look, only on grounds of inability to discharge functions.
Yes.
Was that what you've discovered?
Yes. Number one is this. If you have someone who is in charge of conduct, and that person is in gross misconduct everywhere he goes.
Yeah, gross
and
misconduct,
not only that,
gross misconduct is an umbrella word.
Yes, not only that.
In specific
not
terms,
only that,
what exactly,
the National Assembly, especially the Senate.
Hold on. Distinguished Senator.
Okay.
What exactly are these offenses
or
misconduct that's so grievous that it had to be removed?
I'm just going on. Not only that, not only for the fact that he had an open brawl with a police personnel, openly at Banex Plaza. It became a talk of town. It became so sordid. It became so shameful. It became somehow that the government itself found itself in a very tight corner in defending such a character. Apart from that, the Senate had received, right away from the 9th Assembly, several petitions, public petitions, petitions from CSU, petitions from individuals against the so-called former chairman of CCT. And he was summoned. He could only come once, 3, 4, 5 times, other times. He was summoned. He bluffed the National Assembly. And look, if misconduct this thing was levied against you, and you refused to even defend yourself, that is an admittance. That is the first thing. Secondly, after all those things,
Yeah.
he locked the office, put the keys in his pocket, refused to come to work, refused to allow any other person to even move into the office.
I don't understand. He actually
He
locked
locked
the
it.
office.
Yes, for about 3 months, without even attending to anything and anybody. And then he put the keys in his knicker and went away.
Do we know why he was away for that long?
Oh yeah, nobody could,
Was
because
he
he
ill, or
was the person who was supposed to give us the reason why he did so. He was not sick. He did not take any leave. He did not write any letter either to the National Assembly or to Mr. President about his whereabouts. Once he did that, number one, does it mean that the nation will just stand akimbo and be looking at him misbehaving? So before we now allow him to turn Code of Conduct to Code of Misconduct, definitely we have to take a step. And we have to make a move.
This step that the Senate took without recourse to the NJC, that should be
no, it's not
in the loop.
NJC,
Had no,
when you look at that section, 1571, which you read,
yeah.
NJC, making any recourse to any other organ of government before a step is taken by the Senate is not even provided there. So we only acted constitutionally and dexterously in order to make sure that we stem that action, that misconduct, so that we stem it and make sure that it does not become a cancer that all other agencies, all other heads of agencies will now start emulating.
Why was he not removed at the time in July when President Tinubu named a replacement for him?
He gave him the opportunity to still come around. The opportunity was there for him. Even despite the fact that the president who gave him that appointment saw in him that this person could not even go ahead with
now,
this job.
all of this has nothing to do with the fact that this CCT chairman, who's been removed, had a number of cases, high-profile cases, that had to do with senators and all of that. It had nothing to do with his removal.
Is there anyone that you know? Is there anyone you know?
Do you want me to name?
If anybody, yes. With,
are you saying there is no member of the Senate that is being investigated by the CCT chairman as we speak?
None. That is under his investigation. None. If for the past 1 year, the Night Assembly, which I quoted before you, there was several cases against him from the public, and then the same Senate was even probing him, and he decided not to even turn up. So if there was any either high profile, medium profile, or low profile case that he was investigating or prosecuting, he would have said it then. Even if he could have even mentioned it, even if just to blackmail. He didn't say anything like that, and nothing like that happened. So there's none like that.
Well, we're aware that former Senate President Bukola Saraki was investigated. Even the president right now was actually investigated by the same CCT.
This is not a time of former Senate President.
Right.
This is a time of a present Senate President.
And even the current president.
No, we are not aware of that.
All right. Okay. Yemi Adaramodu, Chairman, Senate Committee on Media, thank you very much for joining us on Newsnight.